what made you want to move to Ghana?
That's a really good question. I was like, nah, mate, I haven't had my children yet. I'm not going there to give birth. It ain't happening.
Where do I even begin? Guys, I have dinner today. Like, the thing is, I've been thinking about, does she need an introduction? So the thing is, you guys already know who she is. So I'm not even gonna, like, do you know what I mean? Because what introduction? Yes, it's actually really her. I'm with her today. Guys, as soon as I saw her, I was so excited. You are. Tell us about yourself.
Okay, so my name's Della.
Yeah.
I was about to say also known as Naturalghanagirl, but that's like my video intros and it sounds so corny, but yeah. So I go by Naturalghanagirl. I'm from the UK, but I live in Ghana. I've been here about 8.5 years now.
Wow.
I know time has absolutely flown, honestly. So so I have a YouTube channel and I document my journey. I kind of like to give a nice, well-balanced view to Ghana because I feel like some people portray Ghana as if it's paradise. It's not necessarily. So I kind of want people to understand what it's like to live here. So I like to give the good, the bad, and everything. So if you watch my channel, you'll kind of know everything about my life, really. You know, I do a little bit of real estate as well. I like to interview people and see their perspective. So I do lots of different things on my channel, really.
She's all fascinating everywhere. She's talented everywhere.
What can I do today?
Honestly. And I've seen that you started doing that sketches now and stuff. That's really amazing. I actually enjoyed that.
It's like a new thing for me. I'm like,
so she's doing everything well. She's doing it. She's doing it well. Honestly, I just wanted to just touch on something that you said. You just mentioned that you like to show Ghana all round. You don't want to just show the highlights on like what other people do. And I really, really do appreciate that because obviously when people from outside come to Ghana, they only show you the holiday side of Ghana when they're on holiday and you know it's the season and all that kind of stuff. But you've been living here for all the months, not just December, so you know exactly what it's like. And she shares that, and I think at one time I shared that one time in my video of an experience that I had that I was like, I'm not sure if I can live in Ghana. Oh my gosh, the hate comments that I got. I was told like you're a spoiled brat, you're this and that, because you live in the UK, you think you're better than everyone else.
Privileged,
and I was like, no, sir, you've got it all wrong. I'm just being realistic for other people to see the different dynamics. You know what I mean? And you show that very, very well.
Oh no, I get the same thing as well. I have like loads of people that hate me too. They're like, oh, you're just so westernized. Like people tell me I'm westernized so many times. I'm like, okay, but I still live here. You know,
thank you, exactly.
It's just, you know, so, it's gonna come like that.
So how do you deal with that, knowing that you live in, not that you've lived here, you're living here. You know, you're seeing how things are day in, day out. You know, you see everything that we don't see that we're outside. How do you like cope with that, even though people are still saying, you know, negative stuff? And how do you deal with it?
Do you know, I've just come to the place, especially in my life right now, where I feel like not everybody's gonna like you, no matter what you do. Somebody's gonna say, oh, that top you're wearing is horrible. You know, like you can't satisfy everybody, so you might as well just be authentically yourself, right? And that's how I see it. So someone else will also appreciate what I'm saying. You know, like sometimes I withhold on camera as well, because there's some things I would love to share, but people are not ready to hear those experiences. But actually those are real experiences, and it's telling the truth. So probably if you meet me on the street, I'll tell you everything. But you know, camera, I have to be a little bit more kind of reserved.
When you shouldn't have to.
You shouldn't. But you know.
I guess it's just how the system is, isn't it? It's like people don't want to hear the truth.
Else. So this is basically me, you know, and I just show as much as I can. I just want to really be realistic about things. I never want to get someone to move here and then it's not the truth, and then they feel like I've deceived them. Like I would never want that.
I agree.
You know, so I just try as much as possible, even though some people won't like me for it. I just try and share what I can.
Okay, let's kind of go back into the beginning. What made you want to move to Ghana?
That's a really good question.
Because honestly, the fact that you obviously didn't move to Ghana when it was like a trend, or you know, like a like a phase or something. You moved when nobody was.
I know, no one was
it.
looking here at all.
Do you know what I mean? So for you to make that decision, that was such a like a bold step, because it's not like you had. The YouTube was there, but it wasn't
nothing to see. Honestly, about Ghana.
You know, you had no guideline or anything like that. So what pushed you and what made you want to go to Ghana?
It actually took me a long time to make the decision to actually move. It really did. In fact, at the time I was married and my husband wanted to come here. He was born here, but he left. He left when he was 6 and he hadn't been back. So in, I think 2017 or so, my mum wanted to come as like a big family holiday and celebrate her birthday and all of that. So we all came, and he just loved it because he hadn't seen Ghana like this. He just didn't know Ghana like this, and he loved it. He fell in love with the place, and he kept on harassing. I want to go back. I want to live there. And I was like, nah, mate. I haven't had my children yet. I'm not going there to give birth. It ain't happening. Like, it just wasn't happening. In fact, it wasn't even 2017. I'm just lying. Okay, it was like 2007 is when it was. It was 2007. Yes, 2007. And so I was like, I don't know. I wasn't sure. And then I had children. I had my third at the time, and I was like, okay, let's go and try it for a while. And I felt like I was kind of held back in the UK a bit. You know, I'm not a person that can have a job. I know that sounds really weird.
Listen,
but I feel just I feel really stifled in a job, unhappy, and I just thought, this can't be life. There has to be something more. And then, you know, sometimes you see people who just got up and traveled. I was like, okay, I now have 3 children. The safest place is probably gonna be Ghana, so let's try it. Even though everybody was like, oh no, you can't do it, you won't last, blah, blah, you'll be back. I was like, let's just go and try it. And then my children came here on holiday first for like 3 weeks. And to see them running around and playing, my daughter would take off her shoes, run in the sand, and it just made me feel like so happy. I felt so grateful to just see them like that. I was like, I just have to do it.
So that's what made you start.
Honestly, that's really what turned.
I'm just so happy you actually touched on it. The key thing that she said was, she had to think about it, and in the beginning she didn't even want to, you know, she didn't even want to, and those times it wasn't even as popular as it is now, but she made that decision. She was ready. You have to look at your own circumstances and your own, you know, your surroundings, and before you make that decision, not because someone's doing it and you're seeing their life. Remember, they're only showing you a percentage. They're not showing you from the moment they wake up until they go to bed. So, and it's so, that thing that you said about your children running around. I have a child now.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
I kept that secret.
No, thank you. So he's here, and just seeing him, I thought he was gonna be like, like not feel it. This guy has been enjoying, even though he's sweating, he's running, he's
and then he won't stop.
And even though I've always wanted to move to Ghana at the age of 3 years old, but I realized that there were so many things I was like, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. And then when I saw the way everyone was moving, I was like, So last year, actually, I was like, this is it, I'm moving. But I really felt like I was influenced by what everyone was doing. And I had to take a quick step back, come back to reality, and say to myself, I move here, where am I going to live? I move here, what am I going to do?
Exactly. No.
You know?
You have to have a plan. Like, I've seen so many people move here and then move back because they realize that they did it a little bit prematurely. And you have to be ready. Once you make that decision, you have to be ready.
That's the key thing. You have to be ready. It's not something you can get up and... Some people, it's okay. They can just pack their belongings and move, and it works for them. It happened to my auntie. She packed up with her 4 kids, moved, and that's it. But it's not for everyone, though. It's not for everyone. Not everyone can do that. So the fact that you said that, you know, you took your time, and then you made a decision, saw how your kids were loving it. That's the most important thing. But touching on kids, though, like from seeing YouTube videos and stuff like that, I've seen there's not really a lot of like friendly places for children and stuff like that. So how do you balance that?
Like, honestly speaking,
even though they have so much freedom to run around and stuff.
Yes, exactly. So honestly, the thing for me is that because I brought them so young, they don't know that much difference. You see, so they hadn't been used to like doing a lot of activities, and so you see, when you bring your children when they're young, they adapt. right? That's the key. So if you bring an older child who's like 9, 10, and they're used to having friends and having a certain amount of freedom, it becomes stifling for them. And so I never really had that problem.
Oh, so that means it was easier for you to like bring them in.
Absolutely, it was definitely the perfect. My eldest at the time was 5 when we came.
Wow.
He's 13 now.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was like it was just nice for him to come and just have the space to run around, ride his bike, you know. So those were the things that did it for him. But obviously now he's older. Now he's behind a computer all the time. I'm like, go outside, please. You know, like it's different. It's different now. But then definitely was the perfect time for him.
That's very, very interesting. I never actually thought of that. So age does play a part if you do want to bring your kids to Ghana. So good. But I wanted to ask you, how have you been able to sustain your brand in Ghana, knowing when you've just come, you've not known anybody, but you've managed to like work your way up? Like, how have you been able to do that?
Okay. So honestly, I never ever had a plan.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. I just fell into YouTube, and so I've just been myself, and literally that is it. I've just try to be as genuine as possible, and that's just become what my brand is.
Wow.
It was never, I've never sat down and thought, okay, let's brand formulate. Like I've never done that at all. In fact, I never even thought of YouTube as a business until more recently, like the last year or so. I'd never really no, I'd never just being me, you know, just doing whatever I do. And now I realize that it has become a brand just naturally by itself. I've never had a plan or anything.
That's amazing. And I know through your videos you do talk about, you know, having different streams of income. To be honest, wherever you are, if it's Ghana or the UK, having a stream of income is you know, it's definitely needed. And like you said, you're someone who doesn't like to work for someone. I am the same. But you know, you have to, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's like, it's admirable how you've managed to, you know, do what you're doing, you know what I mean, and you know, doing it for fun, but as a living as well, and you know, it's paying you and it's doing all these kind of things. You know, like it's really, really, really admirable, and I would say keep doing what you're doing, honestly, because you're inspiring a lot of people, and you're inspiring me, honestly. Like, listen, her being here today, like I said to her off camera, I will sleep well tonight. Honestly, I will sleep very, very, very well. I just wanted to ask you this last question. So, after talking about how, you know, being in Ghana, you love being in Ghana, you've been here for 8 years and stuff like that, would you see yourself moving back to the UK?
Oh, no. Nah. Really? Honestly, I haven't even been back for holiday for like 6 years. Like, I haven't, And honestly, like, I'm sorry, it's no disrespect to the UK or anything, it's great. But I just can't, I just can't, like, I feel like when I went back that time, I went for 3 weeks, and it was torture for me, honestly. Just know, like, the weather, because you know, you after being here for some time, you get used to a particular lifestyle where you just get up and go, right? You see people, you do things, you say, oh, let's go for lunch. And when I got there, none of my friends were available to me because they're all working, they're all in that rat race. So I was like, okay, no. I've been shopping now. What do I do in the sun? True. You know, it's raining, it's miserable, it's grey, so you don't even, you know, it's cold, like your bones are like stiff and like you can't move, and it's
she's talking the truth. I can't even disagree with her.
You know, and so it just wasn't motivating me like that. I just couldn't wait to come back to Ghana and just feel the sun on my skin, and just like I felt like I had things to do here. So that 3 weeks for me was just it was like 3 years. Wow. Honestly. So I just wanted to come back, and so while I'm here, I just feel like I've been busy doing so many things that if I was to go back to the UK, I want to go for like maybe 3 days, do some shopping, see a couple of people, and I'm back. Like, you know, weekend flight, you know, that's it. I'm good. I'm good. I was like so I didn't really have a plan, right? So I had made a decision to say that, okay, I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna live here. But actually, in terms of like finance and knowing where I was gonna live, that I didn't have any of that. Literally, we were like, we're gonna stay with my dad for a little bit, and then we'll see what was gonna happen. Like, there was no plan, and obviously I didn't have anyone to look ahead of on YouTube to say, oh gosh, you need to make sure of this and that. And that's the reason why my YouTube channel started, because it was a bit of a therapy, a bit of a rant for me. I was like, what's this thing about the gas has run out? What do you mean gas has run out? You know, like, what is this? Like, I remember, you're like, you know, you need to get someone to go carry the gas on your head and go and get the gas. You was like, huh?
Yeah.
Like,
and this is real life. This is not her just making up for
no,
content.
no
This is
Uber,
real life.
no Uber, no Bolt, none of those. So
you've done well.
Listen, you had to. I mean, where my dad used to live at the time, it was like deep in a dentist
you've
somewhere.
Done well.
Walk all the way to the main road to go get a taxi. Bring the taxi back to come pick up the children before you can
imagine. Now we have it easy.
And when people come complaining, I'm like, you have no idea, man.
Yeah. That's why I said she's the pioneer. She's one of the pioneers. Like, literally, she is.
No, you have
she
to be
is.
tough.
Yeah,
that's what you have to be tough.
I've noticed that.
That's all it is. You have to be tough.
Yeah, you have to. Like, you have to have a thick skin. You have to be ready to negotiate.
You have
and
to
all
be
that
determined.
Kind of stuff. Yeah,
to make it work.
Yeah.
Like, for me.
You're right.
The key piece of information I can give you is don't give yourself a plan B if you're going to move here.
Okay.
You're moving here and that's it. Like, you wouldn't say if you're in the UK, I'm having a bad day today, I'm going to move somewhere else. Like, it wouldn't cross your mind, right?
That's true.
So when you move here, this is where you're living. That's it. Don't give yourself a plan B. Don't give yourself that option because you will take it. When you have a bad day, I have bad days. I don't give myself the option to say I'm going to pack up and leave. No.
But you know what? I don't think a lot of people have that kind of attitude you have, you know, because there are some people who actually do have it for them where they didn't have to like work or anything, and they still can't manage still can't manage being here. So I feel like it's not for everyone, you know.
I agree.
I really do feel like
I agree. You have to be realistic with yourself as to what is you can handle, you know. It's definitely not for everybody, but if you're a hustler and you don't mind working hard at something, then I think you could potentially try it. If you're willing.
I agree.
But I know not everybody can do what I did.
No.
I've had tough times, man. Honestly,
I can imagine. And you shared some of them, and it's just like, wow. It's not like, again, it's not her making content. It's actually talking about her own journey, her own story, and you're just like, then you start thinking, can I actually really live in that? You know what I mean? You start asking yourself these questions. You know? But if you can look past those things and say, look, this is how it is here. If I'm living here, these are the things I will have to go through. If you can manage those things, then you can get on with it.
Exactly.
You can
tough
get on
times
with it.
Don't last forever, you know. So that's how you
true.
look at it.
That's very true. That's very true. It's all a learning process and a learning curve. But honestly, Stella, thank you so much. Honestly, it's been a pleasure.
No problem.
It's been amazing. It's been great having you here. Honestly,
thank you.
I can talk to her all day, even though I was shy. Can you imagine? But honestly, thank you so much.
It's not a
and
problem
I'll leave her, what do you call it, her Instagram, so you guys can follow. I know you guys are already following her and her YouTube. You guys are already doing that, so I'm just going to put it there just in case for that 1%. But anyways, take care. God bless.
Thanks, guys.
See ya. Bye.